Oh, so cruel. 28 points gone. 29 points became the minimum standard for a top 20 place. Aaron Smith found himself on the line, as did Nathan Shelton, despite this humdinger of a putt. Paul Howell also joined the group, hanging on by their fingernails. And it was starting to get crowded. Standing room only as Michael Bush whacked his way to 29. And Sanjay Palmer found that he couldn't putt his way out of the danger zone, leaving all 5 players at Williams' mercy.
Mr. Palmer, Mr. Shelton, and Mr. Bush, you're eliminated from today's play.
Players that did make it into the top 20 included this man, Simon Fotheringham, on 34 points, the first man to tee off at the London Club event. James Spearing bettered that score by 1 to book his place in the final. Also through, Duncan Sealing on 36 points. But the day belonged to this man, Jason Newton, who outscored nearly everybody with 37 points. Here at the event, courtesy of his wife, he knew exactly what he wanted for his anniversary present: entry to the Trilby Tour and his bag carried for the day. Jason made the most of his anniversary gift though, with some fine golf. Also on 37 points and joining Jason in the final was one Robert Williams. Take that. And a face you might recognise from day 3 at the Buckinghamshire, Emile DL, who along with several other players decided to enter at the London Club in a last bid to qualify. The strain was almost too much for Emile, but he held it together for 35 points and a place in the final with brother Marcel. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Very much so, and I'm happy that I've tried again, and it certainly looks like I've got through this time. So I'm utterly delighted.
And there was still time for one last sting in the tail. 19 players were through, but 7 players were tied for the last spot. So then to a shootout for that coveted final place. But a shootout with a difference. In typical Trilby Tour style, a new hole was created for the occasion. Tom Robinson might be a member at the London Club, but this was a new challenge, which he met head on. So, Robinson on the green, and the only other man to do the same was the left-hander, Hitesh Chauhan. It was another fine shot from Hitesh, leaving both men with a putt for glory. This then was for the last place on offer at the 2009 Trilby Tour Amateur Final. It was an incredible effort from Tom, leaving Hitesh with only one chance to take it back to the tee. but it wasn't to be. And so the very last place at this year's Trilby Tour Amateur Final went to Tom Robinson in dramatic fashion.
143 to the flag, thought hit a 6, bit of wind up there. Got lucky, I think.
Especially going off first.
Yeah, that was pretty nerve-wracking. But managed to put in a decent effort.
I think we both, between us, we read the putt and we sort of decided the line, and it was just a question of getting the right pace, because it was downhill, downwind, and he hit it absolutely fantastic. Brilliant.
Well, we've got to talk about it. It was an absolute clonker, wasn't it? You took your time over lining it up, but it paid off.
It was a bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been doing that for a while now, and I put my little alignment line on the ball, so I thought, you know, it matters, so I might as well. And paid off. It was pretty much the only putt I hold today, so the only one that matters.
A terrific putt to claim the last place in the final, along with the other 19 qualifiers headed by Jason Newton and Robert Williams. And they'll be back, along with all the other qualifiers and last year's playoff finalists, to decide the Trilby Tour Amateur title here at the London Club. But until then, let's leave the last word to William.
Where will the Trilby Tour go in the future? Wherever it wants. The William Hunt Trilby Tour, sponsored by netflights.com.